Umihara Kawase BaZooKa is the newest entry into the Umihara Kawase series that started back in 1997 on the Super Famicom. Over the years, it has seen releases on many different gaming platforms and has slowly risen to cult classic status. BaZooKa is available on the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. There are physical versions available in retail, steelbook, and collector's editions. More on those in a bit, but first, let's check out some gameplay. The main gimmick in the Umihara Kawase series is the fishing pole lure, which allows you to hook onto platforms or enemies, allowing you to swing across gaps, reel yourself in closer, or stun and capture enemies. It can be a little difficult to get the hang of, but quite satisfying to master. Fortunately, in BaZooKa, there is a beginner control scheme as well as semi-automatic and technical for experienced players. There are a few things, though, that set BaZooKa apart from the rest of the series. First of all, the BaZooKa name comes from the ability to fire enemies or other objects as a projectile attack after you've lured them in and captured them. Each stage takes place in a fixed arena this time, where you'll be fighting off multiple waves of enemies to earn coins. Once you've earned enough coins, you'll progress to the next stage. One thing I really like is that you can play multiplayer in this one, up to 4 players at once, either co-op or versus, and there are both local and online game modes. There's 22 different characters to choose from. Each of them will have the main ability of the lure and the bazooka, then 3 additional skills that will be different depending on who you choose. For example, Kawase can fire out a nut which can damage enemies, but it can also be captured and shot from the bazooka for longer range attacks. She also has the ability to make food, which you can then pick up to heal yourself, and her main special is a triple nut attack. Uzuki has 3 different sword techniques, a straight attack, a jumping rising sword slash, and a kind of a combination of the two. Queen can fire out a pig, which can stun enemies. She has a lunging charge attack and a triple pig shot. Just to show a few examples. You do have a skill gauge that automatically regenerates, which will limit the rate at which you can use your special skills, so you won't be able to spam them too much. With so many different characters, it's pretty fun to just experiment with them and see which skills each of them have. There are 4 different worlds to get through, each world with 10 stages, so there's 40 stages in total. And there's a very nice scoring system with online leaderboards to extend gameplay. For example, if you hit multiple enemies with 1 bazooka shot, you'll start a combo chain, after which a combo chain ball will drop. If you pick this up and fire it out, you'll be able to resume your chain combo for increased scoring. As long as you keep making combos, you'll keep dropping combo chain balls. There are also other types of balls on various levels that you can pick up, which each have their own abilities and attack types applied to them. This game hit me with a fresh breeze of wacky Japanese flair. Each of the characters has some voice acting, which is a nice touch. The menu screens and overlays are polished nicely and look great. The game has a clean anime art style to it. The enemies are just as over the top as you might expect, like fish with legs walking around, chicken birds with long giraffe necks, and other unexplainable things. The music transports me to a Japanese convenience store. I love the whole aesthetic of the game. The single player content is relatively short. It might take you around 3 to 4 hours to get through. If you're playing the PlayStation 4 version, the trophies are pretty easy too. Just play through the main game and then play as each character at least once. Fortunately, none of the trophies are attached to online play. As I've mentioned, gameplay can be extended by going for high scores in the leaderboards and from the multiplayer side of things. Although I had a bit of trouble finding an online match, the Switch version makes it very easy to transport the game to where your friends are for a local match. As I've mentioned before, the game is available digitally or as a physical edition for the Switch and PlayStation 4 from the StrictlyLimitedGames.com partner store. There's a standard retail version, a steelbook version, which additionally includes a manual and alternate cover art, and of course the steelbook itself. This is individually numbered, 2,500 copies for the Switch and 1,500 copies for PlayStation 4. There's also a collector's edition, which includes everything in the steelbook, plus hardcover collector's box with a magnetic lock, original soundtrack, hardcover art book, 4 stickers, large double-sided poster, and 22 character cards. This is also individually numbered, 1,500 copies for the Switch and 700 for PlayStation 4. So now for this series, I have the original Super Famicom cartridge, which is a lot of fun, and then I have the limited collector's edition for the PlayStation Vita of Sayonara, plus a few collectible odds and ends, and now I have BaZooKa. I still really want to pick up Fresh at some point, but aside from that, I don't really have any plans on getting the PSP, DS, or PlayStation 1 games from the series, since I haven't really made time to play those systems much lately. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I turned on my PSP, DS, or PlayStation 1, which is a shame, but I just have too many other things that I'm more interested in right now. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later.